Have you ever noticed how some people react to criticism as if you attack their entire identity? A simple comment turns into an argument. Calm feedback becomes drama. One small disagreement suddenly makes them angry, cold, defensive, or even cruel. When it comes to narcissists, criticism doesn't just hurt their feelings, it threatens the fragile image they have built around themselves. Narcissists often appear confident on the outside. They may act superior, intelligent, attractive, successful, or emotionally untouchable. But underneath that image is something much weaker, a deep fear of being exposed as flawed, ordinary, or inadequate. That's why criticism hits them so hard. Even the smallest correction can feel like humiliation. For most healthy people, criticism is uncomfortable but manageable. You might feel embarrassed for a moment, but eventually you reflect, learn, and move on. A narcissist struggles to do that because they don't separate mistakes from self-worth. To them, criticism doesn't feel like I did something wrong, it feels like I am worthless, and that emotional reaction can trigger intense defensiveness. This is why narcissists often react with anger. Psychologists sometimes call this narcissistic rage. It happens when their self-image is threatened. Maybe you point out a lie, maybe you challenge their behavior, maybe you simply disagree with them publicly. Suddenly they explode. They may yell, insult you, blame you, or try to embarrass you in return. The goal is not understanding. The goal is to protect their ego at all costs. But rage is not the only reaction. Some narcissists become cold and silent instead. They withdraw affection, ignore messages, or punish people emotionally. Others play the victim. They act wounded, misunderstood, or unfairly attacked so that attention shifts away from their behavior and back onto your harshness. No matter the style, the purpose is usually the same: avoiding shame. And shame is the hidden emotion many narcissists run from their entire lives. Deep down, many narcissists carry unresolved insecurity. Some developed it through childhood experiences involving excessive criticism, emotional neglect, unrealistic expectations, or unstable validation. Instead of building healthy self-esteem, they learn to survive by creating a false self, a perfect image that must constantly be protected. That image becomes their armor. Criticism cracks it open. This is also why narcissists often struggle with accountability. Admitting fault would require them to face feelings they desperately avoid. So instead of saying, "I hurt you," they say things like, "You're too sensitive," "You made me react that way," or "You always blame me." They shift responsibility because accepting it feels emotionally dangerous to them. Another reason narcissists can't handle criticism is their dependence on validation. Many rely heavily on praise, admiration, attention, or status to feel emotionally stable. Compliments temporarily strengthen their self-image. Criticism weakens it. That's why they often surround themselves with people who constantly reassure them or avoid challenging them. Honest feedback becomes a threat instead of something helpful. What makes this confusing is that narcissists can sometimes criticize others constantly while being unable to handle criticism themselves. They may judge people harshly, mock weaknesses, or act superior. But the moment someone turns that same energy back onto them, the reaction becomes explosive. This double standard exists because narcissism is not built on genuine confidence. Truly confident people can tolerate imperfection. Narcissists often cannot. It's also important to understand that not every narcissist reacts loudly. Some collapse inward instead of exploding outward. They may become depressed, self-pitying, or emotionally withdrawn after criticism. They may talk about how nobody appreciates them or how everyone is against them. This softer reaction can still come from the same wounded ego underneath. Understanding why narcissists hate criticism can help you stop blaming yourself for their reactions. Many people walk on eggshells around narcissists, carefully choosing words to avoid conflict. Over time, this becomes emotionally exhausting. You start suppressing your own feelings just to protect someone else's fragile ego. But healthy relationships require accountability, emotional safety, and honest communication. If someone cannot tolerate even respectful feedback without punishing you for it, the relationship can slowly become toxic. In the end, narcissists struggle with criticism because criticism threatens the identity they work so hard to protect. Behind the arrogance is often insecurity, behind the anger is shame, and behind the need to appear perfect is the fear of not feeling worthy at all. Sometimes the strongest reactions come from the deepest wounds.